Hi everyone, welcome to Northern State University in Aberdeen, Dakota Bank Stadium, home of the Northern State Wolves, but tonight it's home of the Panthers from Great Plains Lutheran High School. Unfortunately tonight, folks, we have an issue with the live stream. We're missing a cord, so unless we can locate that cord or find an extra one up here at Northern, we will only have audio.
Thank you for supporting these student athletes. Thank you to everyone filling the role to make this evening possible.
But we'll do the best we can to help you follow along the game without a picture tonight.
Jay Larson, Aiden Schroeder, and Ed Watt. Let's meet tonight's cheerleaders.
So the Panthers are hosting Waubay Summit here in Aberdeen. The Mustangs and the Panthers. Beautiful night in Aberdeen, a little bit warm this afternoon, a little bit humid, no wind, but it's cooled down just a little bit. Kickoff temperature probably around 70 degrees, and of course this stadium is beautiful. So we're happy to have you along, delighted that you can listen in wherever you might be. We're here up in the press box. We took the elevator up to the 5th floor, so we're way up top here at Dakota Bank Stadium with a great view of tonight's game. Panthers coming in at 1-0, having won last week against Waverly South Shore, 28-6. Game they led 20-0 at halftime. And Waubay Summit had a different opponent last week. They took on Elkton Lake Benton, top-ranked team in the state in Class 9 AA. It did not go well for Waubay Summit. Final score was 59-8. On paper, this looks to be a pretty close matchup. Talked to Coach Schleusner a little bit about his opponent tonight, and of course he's concerned. Said they're an athletic team, good quarterback, Evan Aker, a junior, and then on defense he mentioned Cooper Ebson, number 35, said he really flies around to the ball, so we'll keep an eye on him. He also was very pleased with his team a week ago against Waverly South Shore. Singled out Aiden Cameron for his game on defense, and Holden Carley and a few others we'll talk about as we go on. And he was pleased with Jarrett Bauer at quarterback, playing his first game at quarterback for the Panthers a week ago. And now we're going to hear the starting lineup for the Panthers on offense. If you're joining us late, there's no video right now. There might not be video tonight. We're missing a cord. Mr. Nash is desperately trying to find one here at Northern, but if not, it's going to be audio only tonight, so we ask you to bear with us. So we've got the starters for the Panthers being announced. Wentzlaff and Bauer and Jenstead. Now here comes Logan Bergen. Theo Kukan on the offensive line, a sophomore.
On the line, a 5'9" junior, number 22, Aiden Cameron.
Aiden Cameron, a junior on the offensive line, and center Will Krenz.
6'2" senior.
Here comes Lucas Johnson, the fullback. Rushed for over 100 yards last week. I found out today at Great Plains Lutheran he's the strongest player on the team. He's got a couple of guys not far behind. Jeremiah Martins starting on offense. Coach mentioned him having a real good game last week with his real first varsity action. He was one that coach also singled out. And here comes Tyler Broomer, the big tight end. So we're about ready here for football. And we're glad to have you along. I'm Mark Jenstead, and my brother Al is alongside, and he's going to be feeding me some statistics during the game, so that'll help enhance our broadcast. And it's like you're listening to radio tonight instead of watching TV. So the Panthers captains will head out to the field, and we'll see the coin toss. Captains tonight looks like the same as last week. Ryan Jenstead, he's a senior. Aiden Cameron, a junior, Lucas Johnson, a senior, and Will Krenz, also a senior. For the Mustangs, captains are Evan Aker, a junior, Will Altoff, a senior, and Bryson Zerbel, also a senior. 5 officials for this 9-man football game. Panthers have a deeper roster. In terms of numbers, it looks like Waubay has about 10 players in uniform on the sideline right now, plus the captains out on the field, so maybe 15 players. I see some players suited up, but not in uniform. They've got their jersey and jeans on, so obviously injured or not eligible tonight. Looks like maybe about 15 players. Panthers probably closer to 20 or 25. Did we see who won the flip? Great Plains won the coin toss. They deferred. So Will is telling the white hat what he wants here. So the Panthers will be kicking off from right to left. Last week the Panthers started on offense. Tonight they'll start on defense. Seven o'clock, ready for the kickoff. Again, if you're just joining us, folks, there's no picture tonight. There might not be tonight. We just have audio. Mr. Nash is still trying to find a cord that we're missing to get the picture to you. Otherwise, we'll go with audio only tonight from Dakota Bank Stadium in Aberdeen on the campus of Northern State University. Beautiful night for high school football. The Panthers are kicking off from the 40-yard line. Waubay Summit, the Mustangs back deep. Will be Zane Strang. So the kicker for Great Plains is Sam Tomzak. And here we go. There's the kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up men at the 35-yard line. He's brought down there just short of midfield. Benjamin Prawl on the tackle. Return was Witten Butler. So Waubay Summit will start at their own 49-yard line. Quarterback is a junior, Evan Aker. Panthers have Krenz on the line, along with Tyler Broomer. Lucas Johnson, Jeremiah Martin's out there at a linebacker. Aiden Cameron, secondary, Ryan Jenstead, Holden Carley, Caleb Canas, and Logan Bergen. First and 10 from the 49. Single wing, receiver split to both sides. Motion man gets the handoff, cuts back at midfield, gets across midfield for a 3-yard gain. That's Butler on the carry. Witten Butler, he's a junior. Jenstead makes the stop for the Panthers along with Jeremiah Martins. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 from the Panther 49. Three backs in the backfield, receiver split to the far side. Aker will give in the backfield, and there's going to be a big tackle and a loss. Handoff to Strang, and he's hit in the backfield for a loss on the play. Cameron and Krenz were there for the Panthers. Also Ryan Jenstead again. Loss of 4 on the play, back to the 47-yard line. So 3rd and 12 here for Waubay at their own 47-yard line. They need the Panther 41 for a first down. This time 2 receivers split to the near side. Waubay is moving left to right here at Dakota Bank Stadium. Shotgun. Aker gets the snap. Drop back. Being chased. Throws it. Incomplete. Coverage was Cardley, intended for Campbell. And we see a switch up coming up. It looks like Waubay will punt. 3 new players in. 4th and 12 from their own 47. Back deep is Caleb Canas for the Panthers. He'll await the kick at about the 20-yard line. Punting for Waubay is Witten Butler. You never know in high school football at any level what this snap will do. It's a good one, and the kick is away. Good, nice high spiral. Canas will let it bounce, and it's going to take a nice Waubay bounce all the way inside the 10, inside the 5, and finally down near the 3-yard line. So that's a 3 and out for the Panther defense, but they are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive just outside the 3-yard line. And here comes Jarrett Bauer, the senior quarterback. Jenstead and Johnson in the backfield on first down for the Panthers. Bauer under center. Gives to Johnson up the middle across the 5. Fights his way to the 7-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 3. Tackle made by Cooper Ebsen and Will Altoff. Carley will bring in the play. He will switch with Logan Bergen. They'll run the plays in from the near sideline. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Great Plains, just outside the 5-yard line. Looks like it's at the 7. Same set, I set. Johnson and Jenstead in the backfield. Bauer under center. He'll pitch to Jenstead, running right, cuts back, hit at the line of scrimmage. Might have a yard or 2. Tried that cutback, was hit and dropped at the 9-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
That's a 3rd down and 5.
I set again in the backfield. Bergen split wide to the near side. That's the left side. Bauer under center with Johnson and Jenstead in the backfield. Fakes to Jenstead, rolls back in the end zone, throws downfield, and it's just overthrown. The intended target was Jeremiah Martins, the tight end. Falls incomplete. And the Panthers will send in their punting unit, 4th and 5 from the 9-yard line. And we'll need a good snap here. Logan Bergen, the punter. He'll await the snap in the end zone. Snap is good. Kick away is heading towards the near sideline, away from the return man. It'll bounce near midfield, and everyone gets away from it. Now the Panthers will down it right at the midfield stripe.
Bergen's punt rolls to a stop at midfield.
And Waubay will take over at midfield. Both teams with one drive and both 3 and out. Both punters with a good job helping their team. A 49-yard punt, and there's a 40, what was that one, 48? 41-yard for Bergen. So it's at midfield, 1st and 10 for Waubay, 8:43 to play first quarter. No score. If you joined us late, there's no video tonight. Just the audio. Shotgun for Evan Aker. And he will run to the near side and be hit at the line of scrimmage and will gain nothing. First man there was Tyler Broomer. And then others were there to help, Jenstead and Cameron. No gain, 2nd and 10 from midfield. Aker will get under center this time. Lincoln Niles in the backfield. He'll get the handoff running left, and he's hit and dropped after a short gain by Jeremiah Martins. Gain of 3 to the 47-yard line for the Panthers. So it's 3rd and 7 here for the Mustangs. So far, Aker, the quarterback, has run to the sidelines to get the plays for Waubay Summit. So here comes 3rd and 7 for Waubay from the Great Plains 47-yard line. Aker shotgun. Good snap. Wide receiver screen. Dropped. Incomplete pass intended for Campbell. And that'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see what Waubay does this time. Last time they faced 4th down, they punted. It looks like they're going to do that again. The quarterback is coming off the field, so Waubay is going to punt again and see if they can pin the Panthers back, which they did last time inside the 5-yard line. So another 3 and out. Butler, the punter. Awaits the snap at the 42-yard line. And it's a fake. And Jenstead makes a tackle, and it is denied. Just short of the 1st down. I was looking to see if it would be a high snap, and it was a direct snap to the up man. And he went up the middle, and Jenstead stopped him 1 yard short of the 1st down. So the Panthers will take over at their own 42-yard line. Panthers take the ball at the 41-yard line. Their own 41. Bauer under center. Gives to Jenstead. A little bit of a hole that time. Spins out of a tackle and gets near midfield. 9-yard gain by Jenstead, just shy of the 1st down.
Epson in their first Mustangs. Aker and Halachek cleaned it up.
Ball's right at the midfield stripe. 9-yard gain. Kukon with a key block on that run. So here's Bauer under center, Jenstead, and now Canas in the backfield. And this is Canas, makes a move at midfield, gets across the midfield stripe, and has a 1st down and more for the Panthers all the way down to the 40-yard line, inside the 40. 39-yard line is where they'll mark it. So that's about an 11-yard gain for Canas, right up the middle, a little bit to the left of center. Finally brought down by Butler. So back-to-back big plays for the Panthers, and they're on the march. Ball's at the 39-yard line. That's the first first down of the game for either team. 6:14 to play in the first quarter. No score from Aberdeen. Canas and Johnson in the backfield. Johnson up the middle. Runs left. Hit by a host of Mustangs after a short gain off the left side. First one there was Derek Karst. Looks like one of the biggest guys on the field.
Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9.
1 yard gain is what they'll say for Lucas. Ball's at the 38-yard line. Two receivers split to the left side. Bauer this time Shotgun. Snap is good. Bauer running to the far side. Johnson out front. Missed his block, and Bauer gets hit just inside the 35-yard line. Lucas was out there, but he missed the block. And then Bauer paid for it. Took a hit at the 35-yard line, fell ahead to the 33-yard line. Short gain, it'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Genstead back in, replacing Canas. And Carley will come in for Bergen with a new play from the Panthers sideline. Longer run today than it was last Friday at Waverly South Shore. Much wider field. So the ball's on the far hash mark. It's 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Bauer will run from the shotgun. Genstead split wide to the far side. Johnson the only back in the backfield. Now Genstead goes in motion. Here's an inside handoff to Johnson. Needs a block. Gets outside. Has a first down inside the 25-yard line down to the 23-yard line.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
First down for the Panthers. Good play.
Butler on the tackle.
Inside handoff
That's enough
for
that
Lucas
number
Johnson. And the Panthers get their second first down on this drive, and the ball's placed at the 23-yard line. Genstead came in motion from right to left, and he was out front. I don't know if he got the block, but he got in someone's way, and then Lucas did the rest by turning the corner and cranking up the speed. 3 carries for Johnson, 15 yards. Now they're back in the I set. 1st and 10 from the 23. Genstead has a hole, gets inside the 20-yard line, fights for yardage to the 19. Tackled by
Genstead,
Aker.
ball carrier. Butler and Aker on the stop.
Gain of 4 on first down.
4-yard gain.
Good first down play. Ball's at the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Panthers on the move. 3:15 to play in the first quarter, and we're scoreless from Dakota Bank Stadium. Genstead joins Johnson, 3 carries, 15 yards. Both running backs, 5 yards a carry. So Genstead will split wide to the left side. He'll go in motion again, and he will get a pitch. And nothing there that time. In fact, they're going to lose a yard or 2.
To Genstead.
He tried to cut back and lost his footing.
Zerbal on the stop.
Really nowhere to run. Loss of 3 on the play back to the 22-yard line.
3rd down and 8.
So the Panthers have a 3rd and 8 from the Waubay Summit 22-yard line. As Bergen brings in a new play. Coach Schleusner told me this defense pursues well. And they're physical and athletic. Bauer from the shotgun. Good snap. He's rolling to the near side. He's going to keep it himself and get to the 20-yard line. He had Johnson as a pitch man, decided to keep it and gets a few yards to the 20, so it'll be 4th down from the 20-yard line. They need the 13 for a first down, so it's 4th and 7. And the Panthers indicate they will be going for it as Carley is going to run in a new play. Clock runs with 1:40 to play in the first quarter. Johnson and Genstead in the backfield. This game's moving along a lot more than last week with so many penalties and incomplete passes. Haven't seen one yet tonight, a penalty. Fake pitch to Genstead. Bauer throws downfield near the end zone. It's incomplete. Overshot his man. Carley was there. Good coverage by Zhang Strang. And the Panthers will turn it over on downs after that drive. Good drive, a few first downs. Move the ball into Waubay Summit territory, but the drive stalls at the 18-yard line, or the 19, which is where Waubay will take over. Jarrett now 0 for 2 passing. Both quarterbacks 0 for 2 through the air so far tonight. So let's see, the ball's right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Waubay Summit. Aker is under center. And there's our first penalty. Looks like Kranz jumped, and that's going to give Waubay Summit 5 yards. Encroachment called on the Panthers. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Waubay at the 25-yard line. Two receivers split to the far side. Lone running back is Niles. Aker under center. Long count again. Pitch to Niles. Running left. Tries to get outside. He's not going to get there. Cameron takes him down for a loss.
Pitch to Niles.
Aiden Cameron
Brought down to the backfield by Eden
with a
Cameron.
tackle for loss. Back inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Loss of 2 or 3 on the play.
2nd down and 7.
Second down here for Waubay. This time no huddle. And Aker will be under center again. Niles is the only running back. Receivers split to both sides. Now a motion man is Strang. He'll get the handoff, running to the left side. He's going to be hit by Cameron. He stands him up and stops him after a short gain. Canas was there as well.
Johnson and Canas in the stop.
Balls to the 25-yard line, just across the 25. Short gain, so it'll be a 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. As the clock winds, and it looks like we might be at the end of the first quarter before the next snap, and that's what's going to happen. Clock ticks away, and we have played 1 quarter from Dakota Bank Stadium in Aberdeen, and no score between the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers and Waubay Summit. The Mustangs will come back after a short break for quarter number 2. So 1 quarter in the books here from Dakota Bank Stadium in Aberdeen. No score between the Panthers and the Mustangs. High school football, Friday night lights. Beautiful night in Aberdeen. Sorry we don't have video for you. Audio only tonight. Missing a cord, but we'll get back to live stream hopefully next week where the Panthers are home. Parents' night against Florence Henry. Waubay Summit, another tough game next week. Hamlin on the schedule. First quarter stats, Waubay Summit 0 through the air, 10 yards rushing. Panthers also 0 passing yards, 44 yards on the ground. So it is 3rd and 5 for Waubay at the 25-yard line, their own 25. Aker from a shotgun. Good snap, straight drop back, throws to the left side, has a man. It's going to be caught and run out of bounds there just across the first down marker for Waubay Summit. There's the first completed pass tonight. Lavacek makes the catch. Bergen there on the coverage. Gain of about 7. Good for a Waubay Summit first down. Ball's at the 32-yard line. Aker, shotgun. Gives to a motion man trying to run to the near side. Strung out nicely by the Panthers, and there's going to be a very short gain. Host of Panthers there for the stop. Carley was there. Also Lucas Johnson again. Butler on the carry, gain of 1 or 2 to the 34-yard line.
2-yard gain.
2nd down and 8 coming up for Waubay Summit. From their own 34. Crowded backfield now, 3 running backs in there behind the quarterback who's under center. Handoff goes right up the middle. The big Will Krenz is there to plug up that hole. Not much there on that carry. Cameron also on the stop. Very short gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6 from just across the 35-yard line.
2-yard gain sets up 3rd down and 6.
Aker will go from a shotgun. He's got receivers to both sides. On 3rd and 6. Snap is good. Quick pitch to the right side. Tackle right at the line of scrimmage is made by Benjamin Prawl.
Brought down by Prawl.
Maybe a 1-yard gain, so it's going to bring up 4th and 5 for Waubay Summit. Let's see what they do. Looks like the quarterback is off, so they're going to punt again. Panthers defense playing well. Waubay Summit 3 and out the first time, and then they looked like last time the same, but they tried a fake punt on 4th down. Now here's another 3 and out. No, I'm sorry, they did get 1 first down on the pass play. Snap is good, punt is away, and it's taken by Prawl, and he's hit immediately upon catching the punt. Good downfield coverage on the stop was Zhang Strang. I'm sorry, that was Knas,
35-yard line.
right? Was that 3 or 7?
1st and 10.
I think it was Knas. Maybe a yard on the return as he fell forward after he was hit. So the Panthers will take the ball at their own 35-yard line. Bauer will go from a shotgun with Johnson and Jenstead in the backfield. He's going to give to Johnson. Makes the first man miss. Gets outside. Down the sideline he goes, and he's tackled inside the 40-yard line. Big gain by Lucas Johnson around the left side. Combination of speed and power allowed Lucas to get outside for a big gainer for the Panthers on that first down carry, all the way down to the 38-yard line. 27-yard gain by Lucas Johnson. And the Panthers on the move again with 9:30 to play in the first half in a very quick-moving football game from Aberdeen. So Bauer brings him out. This time he'll go from a shotgun with Johnson and Jenstead in the backfield. Carley split wide to the left side. Shotgun snap. Johnson up the middle. Has an opening, gets outside, has one man to beat. He's going to beat him and go in for a touchdown. Back-to-back big runs by Lucas Johnson. This one goes for 38 yards and a touchdown.
38 yards for Johnson and the Panthers.
Back-to-back carries by Johnson, both a little bit to the left side. That time Jenstead led through the hole. Had a block also. I saw a block in there from Krenz. And Lucas did the rest as he darted to the outside and beat the Mustangs down the sideline. Panthers will go for 2. Bauer keeps it, cuts in. He's in for a 2-point conversion. Good decision by Bauer. He had Jenstead at his pitch man, but he kept it and cuts it in for a 2-point conversion. And with 9:23 to play in the first half, it's the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers on top of Waubay Summit 8-0. We'll take a short break and be right back to Aberdeen. So Lucas Johnson with a long touchdown run for the Panthers, and he has carried the ball 5 times tonight for 80 yards and a touchdown. Tom Zach will kick off from the 40-yard line. Straying back deep for the Mustangs inside the 20-yard line. Low liner right up the middle, taken by one of the up men. He's bobbled it, and then he just jumps on it at the 27 or 8-yard line is where Waubay will take over. So here comes Waubay Summit out for the 4th time. They've punted, they've fake punt, and were stopped. Punted again, and now this is their 4th drive, starting at their own 28-yard line. Panther defense doing the job so far. It looks like Johnson's going to take a short break. Tyler Broomer in there on the left end, and also in there Justin Tucker for the first time, I think, on defense. Johnson, a well-deserved break on the sideline. Shotgun snap for Aker. One man in motion. He gets the snap in the pocket, throws downfield. Ball is incomplete. On the coverage was Bergen. Strang was the intended receiver right at the first down stick. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. 9:15 to play in the first half. Benjamin Prawl back in on defense, replacing Jenstead. Ball's on the near hash mark. Crowded backfield here. Aker will go from the shotgun with 3 other teammates with him. That's the old wishbone from the shotgun. Aker will keep it. Cut up field. Hit at the 30. Falls ahead to the 32-yard line. Cameron there for another stop. Short gain. Bring up 3rd down for Waubay Summit. Another chance here for the Panthers to have a 3 and out. Their defense has played very, very well tonight. It's 3rd and 7. And this series, Johnson getting a breather. So Aker at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 7 for Waubay Summit from the 31-yard line. He's under center. Long count, drops back to pass. Throws downfield, overshot his man. And it will bring up 4th down. Prawl was on the coverage. Aker was being pursued in the backfield by Tyler Broomer. 4th down, Aker's out, and Waubay Summit sends in the punter again. And looks like the Panthers are going to have another 3 and out. Quarterback for Waubay Summit, Evan Aker, 1 of 5 so far tonight, 7 yards. His completion gave them their only 1st down to this point. Snap is a high one, but the punter jumps up and gets a hand on it, brings it in, and then gets the punt away. And everyone's going to get away from it. It goes across midfield, takes a little bit of a Waubay Summit bounce, and will be downed at the 40-yard line. Panther defense comes up with another stop. And they'll take over at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 with 8:13 to play in the first half. Jenstead and Johnson in the backfield. And Bauer will run from a shotgun. Now Jenstead will split wide to the right side along with Bergen. Bauer is back to pass. Looking left. Throwing downfield to the left side. Martins is there, and I think he caught it. He did. Dropped immediately, but it's caught inside the 30-yard line. Strang was all over Martins, but he was able to come down with the ball as Bauer just kind of threw it up in that direction, and it was a 2-man battle for the ball, and Martins comes down with it, a 33-yard gain. And the Panthers are on the move again. Ball's at the 27-yard line. Genstead will split wide to the far side along with Carly. Bauer from a shotgun. Broomer split wide to the near side. Johnson in the backfield. Genstead goes in motion. He will get the handoff, cuts up the middle, hit at the 25-yard line, breaks a tackle and gets to the 23-yard line. Kept moving. Got inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. 3-yard gain. Second and 7. Canas will replace Genstead. 5th carry tonight for Ryan, 15 yards. 2nd down and 7. Bauer under center. Gives to Canas. Cuts back to the middle and gets a first down. Went left, cut back to the middle. Got inside the 15-yard line. Good gain by Canas all the way down to the 12-yard line for a first down for the Panthers. Drive continues. We're going to have a timeout on the field. Waubay Summit's going to take a timeout. We'll take a short break. There's 6:41 to play in the first half. Panthers driving, looking to add to their 8-0 lead. We'll take a break and come right back to Aberdeen in just a moment. All right, back in Aberdeen, the Panthers on the move again. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Johnson and Canas in the backfield. Bauer under center. Carly split wide to the near side. Here's Canas, makes a cut back move inside the 10-yard line near the 5-yard line. Good gain on first down. Got down to the 6-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. And the Panthers knocking on the door. Ball's going to be at the 6-yard line. 2nd down from there. They can get a first down just inside the 2-yard line. Bauer brings him up to the line. He'll go on tight under Krenz at center. Johnson and Canas in the eye. Bauer pitches to Canas, running to the near side. He's at the 5 and hit hard there, out of bounds at the 3-yard line, very near the first down stick, but he's going to be a little bit short, maybe 1.5 yards short of the first down. Tough run there. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Panthers inside the 5-yard line. Clock running under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Ball's going to be at the 4-yard line. Canas with 4 carries tonight, 30 yards. The Panthers over 100 yards rushing so far in the first half. Here comes a 3rd down play. Bauer under center. He'll give to Johnson. Falls ahead near the first down stick. It's going to be just short. He's at the 2-yard line. They need to get inside the 2 for a first down, so it's a 4th down here coming up for the Panthers. Coach Schleusner talked about this last week. They had some chances to score, and they came away empty a week ago. Here's a chance for the Panthers. 4th down, less than 1 yard at the 2-yard line. Bergen brings in a play. Bauer will bring him up, get under center. Johnson in the backfield with Canas. Bergen split wide to the near side. Bauer gives to Johnson up the middle. He's got a first down, but he's not. Oh, he is in for a touchdown. There's the late signal by the referee. And Johnson, a hard 2-yard run, gets a touchdown for the Panthers, and they increase the lead to 14-0 pending this 2-point conversion. Another tough run for Lucas, his second touchdown. And here comes another big conversion attempt for the Panthers. Last time it was Bauer on the keeper getting the 2-point conversion. Johnson, 7 carries, 84 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. And he'll be in the backfield. This time Bauer's in the shotgun, and Canas is split wide to the near side. And this play is going to be blown dead. Looks like the Panthers called a timeout. Someone didn't like something, so Coach Schleusner went out on the field, and he actually took the timeout a couple yards out on the field. And so the 2-point conversion is stalled, and the Panthers will huddle up on the sideline, regroup for this 2-point conversion. Panthers 135 yards on the ground. On pace for a big night on the ground. So here comes this 2-point conversion. Martins will be split wide to the left side. 2 receivers to the near side, Carley and Canas. Bauer will go shotgun with Johnson in the backfield. Tight end in tight on the left side. Snaps have been good by Big Will Krenz, and there's another good one. Bauer will give it to Canas. He's throwing back to Bauer. Caught. 2-point conversion is good. A little razzle-dazzle. Bauer to Canas. Back to Bauer for the 2-point conversion, and Jarrett has both 2-point conversions tonight. And there's a late flag on the play. Let's see what this is. Dead ball foul. They're going to go unsportsmanlike on the Panthers for, I guess, an excessive celebration, spiking the ball in the end zone after the 2-point conversion, which was good. And with 5:08 to play in the first half, it's Great Plains 16, Waubay Summit 0. So this will be enforced on the kickoff. Another good, strong drive by the Panthers results in a touchdown. Their last 2 drives, both touchdown drives. That one took a little longer, a few more plays. The one before was a two-play drive, both runs, long runs by Lucas Johnson. This one took a little longer, a few more plays. Same result, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion by quarterback Jarrett Bauer. That time he catches a pass in the end zone from Caleb Canas. Great team effort by the Panthers tonight. Their defense has played outstanding, and they put together 2 nice touchdown drives. Total yards so far to this point, the Panthers 168. Waubay Summit only 25 yards of offense to this point. Back deep for the Mustangs will be Zane Strang. He'll await the kick at the 25-yard line. Kicker for the Panthers, sophomore Samuel Tomzak. And he will have to back up this time. Instead of the 40, he's back to the 25-yard line. 15-yard penalty on the 2-point conversion after it was good. 5:08 to play in the first half. Usually his kicks are low liners or squibbers, and this one is a little more of a pooch kick. Caught at the 40-yard line. Midfield. Across the midfield stripe and near the 42-yard line is where Waubay Summit will get this return. It was taken by one of the up men, Parker Rockwood. And he got all the way down to what? They're going to mark it at the 40. So Waubay Summit, good field position. They're going to start this drive in Panther territory at the 41-yard line.
Mustangs take over at the 41-yard line.
It was Bergen making that tackle for the Panthers. So Waubay Summit starts 1st and 10 from the Panther 41-yard line. Johnson back in on defense this series for the Panthers. Shotgun for Aker. Man in motion, wide receiver screen, caught. And the Panthers are there, going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even a loss of 1 on the play. Good pursuit there by the Panthers. Lot of Panthers there. Will Krenz the first one, and they're going to call it a loss of 2 on the play. So 2nd and 12 coming up for Waubay Summit. Wide receiver screen. I think it was Campbell on the catch for Waubay Summit. Aker brings him to the line. He'll be under center. End around handoff, fumble, jumped on by Waubay Summit. End around handoff, the ball carrier never really had complete control of that ball, and he just had to fall on it as it was bobbling from the beginning. Butler was the ball carrier. Another loss on the play, and the Mustangs moving backwards. Now it'll be 3rd and 16. That's back to the 47-yard line. So 3rd and 16. They need the 31 for a first down. Aker will be in a shotgun with 2 receivers split wide to the right side. Plus a slot over there as well, or a wing. Back to pass, looking that way, throwing that way, incomplete. In between 2 receivers. Genstead was there and Bergen was there on the coverage. Incomplete pass for Butler. And Waubay Summit will have to punt again. Another 3 and out there by the Panther defense. 4th and 16 coming up. The Panthers will send Canas back deep. He'll await the punt near the 10-yard line. Panther defense has held Waubay Summit now to 19 yards of offense as they lost 7 on that possession. Snap is high but caught by the punter, gets the punt away. And Canas is going to get away from it. It's going to bounce and land near the 15-yard line. Great job by the Panther defense. And they'll get the ball back at the 16-yard line. Their own 16 with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Justin Tucker in on offense this time. And here comes Jarrett Bauer, the senior quarterback for the Panthers, with the play from the sideline. Panthers' last 2 drives have resulted in touchdowns. They start this one at their own 16-yard line. Receivers split to both sides. Shotgun snap. Genstead in motion. He will get the handoff, running left, has an opening across the 20, tries to get out of that tackle, can't quite slip the tackle, but a good gain there by Genstead across the 20-yard line to the 22-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play before Butler brought him down. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers at the 22, maybe a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 22-yard line. And Carley brings in a new play from the sideline. Panthers would love to do nothing but keep the ball the rest of the half, even if they don't get points, Couple of first downs could do that. Clock is nearing 3 minutes. Eyes set in the backfield behind Bauer. He will give to Jenstead, running left, makes a move at the line of scrimmage and gets across the 25. Very near a first down. It looks like he's got it. Cut back, and it's going to be a first down for the Panthers.
Strang and Ebsen on the tackle for the Mustangs. But not until Jenstead picks up
2 carries there for 10 quick yards for Jenstead, and the Panthers are on the move. Clock is running with under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Jenstead 7 for 25 tonight. The Panthers continue to move the ball on the ground. Tucker and Johnson in the backfield. Bauer under center. Bergen split to the near side. Bauer will drop back to pass. Ball is going to be knocked away at the line of scrimmage. He wanted Broomer, but it was knocked down by the pursuing rush. And that stops the clock with 2:38 to play in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the 26-yard line. Some of you maybe have joined us late and you're wondering where the video is. There is no video tonight. We tried, but we're missing a cord, so there will be no video tonight. So we're glad to have you along, listening only. Shotgun here for Bauer. 2nd and 10. He's rolling to the near side. He's going to keep it, cut back up the middle, spins and is dropped at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Lincoln Niles. Short gain brings up 3rd down. Clock moving now. It's going to be near 2 minutes by the time this ball is snapped.
3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7 for the Panthers from the 30-yard line, just inside the 30. So Logan Bergen brings in a new play from the sideline as the clock goes under 2 minutes left in the first half. Panthers leading 16-0. Bergen split wide to the near side. Eyes set in the backfield. Bauer under center. Gives to Canas, and he's going to get hit in the backfield and lose a couple. Nowhere to go for Caleb that time. A loss of 2 or 3 on the play. And Waubay Summit now is going to take that timeout. That incomplete pass stopped the clock, and now Waubay Summit is going to get the ball back as they take a timeout with 1:36 to play in the first half. That's their 2nd timeout. So the Panthers are going to have to punt here from deep in their own territory. And Waubay Summit potentially can get good field position here at the end of the first half. The ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. And with the timeout, both teams to the sideline. Nice night in Aberdeen at Dakota Bank Stadium. It's a thrill for the kids to be able to play here. Beautiful stadium. They say it's one of the best Division II stadiums in the country here in Aberdeen. Dakota Bank Stadium, home of the Northern State University Wolves. And by the way, a couple of people here, including AD Matt Bauer, told me that the Northern folks have been outstanding in terms of hosting tonight. And great accommodations for both teams, as Great Plains is the home team, so hosting this game tonight. Thrill for the players and the fans to watch the game at Dakota Bank Stadium. So here's Great Plains punting. Bergen gets the snap, gets the punt away. It's a pretty good punt. Away from the return man, takes a Panther bounce, and is going to be down there at the 39-yard line. 61 yards from pay dirt here for Waubay Summit. They have 1:34 to try to go 61 yards. They have 1 timeout left. Board says 2. Maybe they have 2 left. Okay, it says 2, but they do have 1. It's been confirmed because they've taken 2 here in the first half. So big chance here for the Panther defense to come up with another stop. Waubay Summit's going to try to get a late one here in the end of the first half. Aker from a shotgun. He's got receivers split to the far side. One back joins him in the backfield. He's back to pass, now chased out of the pocket, runs up the middle, has a big opening across midfield. Finally brought down there by Canas into Panther territory down to the 44-yard line. Gain of 17 on the play. Clock running. Stopped as they move the chains. Then they'll run the clock with 1:24 to play in the first half. From the Panther 44. Aker, shotgun, being chased by Johnson, sacked by Johnson across midfield. Big loss on the play. Lucas Johnson, untouched from the end, sacks Aker for a big loss. Loss of 7 on the play, brings up 2nd and 17. No huddle offense, under a minute to play first half. Aker will drop back in a shotgun again. Ball's back across midfield, snap is good. Back to pass, being chased out of the pocket. Johnson, Krenz chasing Aker. He's going to keep it. Runs near midfield, across midfield near the 45-yard line, and chased out of bounds there by Martins, Cameron, Johnson, Carly, and Krenz, all there. So Aker just ran out of bounds at the 43-yard line, picked up 8. So it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Waubay Summit. Clock stops with 42 seconds left in the first half. Quick huddle, although the clock is stopped. Aker gets him to the line. He's in a shotgun, 3rd and 9. Two receivers split here to the near side. He's back to pass, now being chased out of the pocket again, rolling, throwing, caught. Short of a first down. Caught by Lavacek to the 36 or 7-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down for Waubay, 4th and 3 from the 37-yard line. 4th and 3. 38 seconds to play in the first half. Big play here for both teams. Aker gets a new play from the sideline. He goes to the huddle. Mustangs will huddle up here. Clock is stopped. 4th and 3. He brings him up to the line. Aker will go shotgun. Receiver split to the near side. A wing to the near side as well. One back in the backfield. Snap is good. Back to pass. In the pocket, being chased. Still being chased. On the run, he's going to throw downfield. Has a man caught inside the 15-yard line. Good job by Aker. Good composure in the pocket. It's caught by Strang down to the 12-yard line. Clock's going to run. He did not get out of bounds once they set the chains. 26 seconds left in the half. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Clock is running now as they get the chains set. Here comes Aker with a new play. Clock is still running. They have not snapped the ball. Down to 15-14. Snapped at 13. Aker back to pass. Being chased. Throws downfield. Incomplete. Closest man was a Panther. Martin's diving attempt at an interception. Incomplete pass, and Waubay Summit will get a chance for probably one more play. There's only 6 seconds left in the first half. It's from the 12-yard line. Aker, the quarterback, on the sideline now. He'll jog to the huddle. 6 seconds left in the first half. It's going to be 2nd down from the 12-yard line. And he's going to be in the shotgun, joined by one back. Now he's back there alone, drops back to pass, looking, being chased, grabbed, throws in the grasp, in the end zone, knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there by Carly. He knocked that away, and that is the last play of the first half. But there is a flag on the play. Aker was being chased and harassed by a couple of Panthers, but then he got the pass away, and it was knocked away at the goal line by Carly. Let's see the flag. It looks like it might be against Waubay Summit, because I see the Panthers saying we want to decline the penalty. Nope, they're going to call the penalty on defense. My bad. So there will be an untimed down. because the clock is at 0:00, so Waubay Summit will get one untimed down from the 6-yard line. See what the Panthers do here with a couple of timeouts in their pocket. Krenz with the late substitution. Waubay Summit to the line. Aker will go shotgun. Last play of the half, pending a penalty on the Panthers. Here we go, back to pass. Rolling to the near side, he's going to keep it and run, and pushed out of bounds by Johnson. He's not going to get in, and that will end the first half. No flag is on the play. Good play by Lucas Johnson. Just too much speed for him. Aker kept it himself, wanted that far corner pylon, but couldn't get there in time. And we have reached halftime in Aberdeen at Northern State University, where the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers lead Waubay Summit 16-0. We will take a break and come back for the second half. Looks like they got 12 minutes on the clock. So we'll take a break and we'll come back with some first half stats and set up the second half in 10 minutes. So please come back. All right, everybody, welcome back to Aberdeen at Northern State University, beautiful Dakota Bank Stadium. Halftime between the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers and the Mustangs from Waubay Summit High School. And the Panthers lead it at halftime 16-0. A lot of good first half statistics here that I will pass along from Brother Al. First, let's start with the Mustangs from Waubay Summit. 72 yards of offense, only one first down in the first half. Quarterback Akers, 4 of 10 passing, 36 yards receiving, or 36 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Waubay Summit with 16 carries on the ground for a total of 36 yards, so that's 72 yards of offense, 36 yards on one pass, or a couple of passes, and 36 yards on the ground. For Great Plains Lutheran, quarterback Jarrett Bauer, 1 of 4, 33 yards. That was caught by Jeremiah Martins. Only pass completion, no interceptions, no touchdowns. And the Panthers with 22 carries, 146 yards rushing. 22 for 146. So they're on pace for about a 300-yard ground game. Lucas Johnson leading the way for the Panthers. 7 carries, 84 yards, including a couple of touchdown runs. Ryan Jensted, 7 carries, 25 yards. Caleb Canas, 5 carries, 28 yards. And Jarrett Bowers carried the ball 3 times for 9 yards. Panthers with 5 first downs. Total offense 179 for the Panthers. Waverly, it's WS, just like Waverly South Shore. I saw the WS and I went back to last week. It's Waubay Summit, 4 punts, averaging 33 yards a punt. The Panthers have punted twice, an average of 37 yards, and not much at all for punt returns. Of those 6 punts, a total of 1 yard returning. And that's Great Plains when I think it was, I don't remember if it was Canas or Prawl, caught a punt and just basically fell ahead for 1 yard. So I've got a drive summary here of kind of recap how the first half went. We're about a minute and a half away from the third quarter. So Waubay Summit had the ball to start tonight. They went 3 and out. Great Plains got the ball deep in their own territory and had a 3 and out and had to punt right away. So Waubay Summit again got the ball at midfield. It looked like a 3 and out, but they actually faked the punt on 4th down. But I think it was Ryan Jensted made the tackle. It was like 4th and 7, 4th and 8. And it was a direct snap to one of the up men, not the punter. And he was tackled a yard short of the first down. So they turned it over on downs. Great Plains gets the ball then at 41-yard line. And they turn it over on downs as they went for it on 4th down and were denied. Then Waubay Summit got the ball back, another punt. And then Great Plains, 2 long runs by Lucas Johnson for that was a 65-yard drive, 2 runs by Johnson. And then the 2-point conversion was Jarrett Bauer on a keeper on an option play. That made the score 8-0. Waubay Summit another 3 and out. Great Plains gets the ball, and they put together a 60-yard drive, capped off on a touchdown run again by Lucas Johnson up the middle on a short gain. And the 2-point conversion was good, caught on a pass by Jarrett Bauer from Caleb Canas. And that's the first half scoring. Waubay Summit got the ball back, another 3 and out. Great Plains got the ball back, had to punt. And then Waubay Summit got the ball at the 39-yard line, put together a drive late in the first half, but ran out of time. The last play of the first half, Aker tried to run it into the end zone, and he was pushed out by Johnson at about the 3-yard line. That was an untimed down because there was a penalty on the Panthers on the play right before that. So they let him run one more play, and the Panthers stopped Waubay Summit. So that's how the first half went. The Panthers will get the ball to start the second half as they deferred. They won the toss and deferred. So the Panthers will get the ball. Lights are on at Dakota Bank Stadium. And the rain is falling. Very light rain you can see coming down there in the stadium lights. Not amounting to much, but it might get a little bit wet on the field. So let's set the Panther return duo. It looks like it's going to be Canas and Jensted back deep for Great Plains, as we're ready here to start the second half. Ran down at halftime to the stands, and as you can imagine, a good crowd for these two small schools, but a lot of fans on both sides taking the trip to Aberdeen to watch the game at the bank. So here we go, second half. Kick will be Witten Butler for the Mustangs. He'll kick from the 40-yard line, and the second half is underway. Kick is going to be taken by Jenstead on the run at the 25, 30, 35, hit and drop there at the 37-yard line. Hard tackle. Dash Ebsen. And Ryan's going to limp off, it looks like, a little bit.
Ebsen on the tackle for the Mustangs.
And Canas will replace him in the backfield. I don't know if he rolled his ankle or got a helmet. Charlie horse, not sure. He's with the trainer. So here we go. Panthers have the ball at the 37-yard line. Shotgun for Bauer. Gives the ball to Canas. Up the middle across the 40, 42-yard line, 41-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Butler and Ebsen on the tackle for the
Panthers
Mustangs.
doing it on the ground again tonight.
Gain of 3. That's up 2nd and 7.
So Bergen will bring in a new play for the Panthers. 2nd and 7 from the 41-yard line. Bauer from a shotgun gives to Johnson. Slips a tackle, loses the ball, fumble. It's going to be jumped on by a Waubay Summit. Ball slipped right out of his hands as he was trying to break a tackle.
Fumble on the play.
And Waubay Summit recovers the ball at the 42-yard line. First turnover of the game.
Mustangs take over 1st and 10 on the Panther 42-yard line.
Good field position for the Mustangs. They'll take it at the 42 of Great Plains. And let's see what this Panther defense does. Good to see Jenstead back in the game on defense for the Panthers. So Aker will be under center with the full house backfield. The wishbone behind Aker. And here's the handoff, and Cameron's in the backfield, and it's going to be hit for a loss. Butler took the handoff. Cameron came flying through, wrapped him up for a big loss. It's what the Panthers needed there. All the way back to the 48-yard line, loss of 6 on the play. He just came darting through untouched and got Butler in the backfield as he got the handoff deep in the backfield. Nowhere to go. 2nd and 16 for the Mustangs at the 48-yard line. Receivers this time will be split to both sides. Niles the lone setback. Wide receiver screen, caught. Gain of 5 or 6 on the far side. Caught by Campbell. Might have got that lost yardage back. Bergen on the tackle, so we'll call it 3rd and 10, back to the 42.
Back to the original line of scrimmage for 3rd and 10.
Two receivers to the near side, the right side. Waubay Summit moving left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Aker dumps a little pass off out of the backfield, caught. Short gain. Witten Butler caught that.
Aker's pass complete to Butler.
Gang tackled there by the Panthers. Krenz was the first one there.
Harley, Canas, and others.
Down to the 40-yard line, it will be 4th and 8 for Waubay Summit at the Panther 40-yard line. Quarterback will stay in the game. That's Aker. Waubay Summit a number of punts tonight. This time they're appearing to go for it on 4th and 8 from the Panther 40-yard line. So Aker will bring him out of the huddle, and he will go from a shotgun. He has a receiver split to both sides. Joined by Niles in the backfield off to the left. Man in motion. Back to pass. Now being chased out of the pocket. Krenz couldn't quite get him. Throws downfield. It's caught, but was he in bounds? They're going to say he was in bounds, and that's going to be good for a first down. Pretty good coverage by Prahl. He was right there, but Levacek made the catch over Prahl, and that's a first down for Waubay Summit. On 4th and 8, they get the ball inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Quick huddle, and Aker has him back at the line. Receivers to both sides. Penalty as this ball was snapped. They had a man in motion, and they're going to blow this one dead. Not many penalties tonight, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 is what I remember. Last week, it seemed for a while there was a penalty on every play. So they've cleaned some things up. Sometimes happens in week 1. And the penalty is going to be on the Panthers. Encroachment, 5-yard penalty on the Panthers. Second time they've been guilty of that. So 1st and 5 now for Waubay Summit. Ball's down to the 22-yard line. Clock running with 8:34 to clock stopped. I'm sorry, 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Shotgun for Aker. He's going to keep it, cut up the middle, dropped at the line of scrimmage, maybe fell ahead for 1 yard. Lucas Johnson was there.
Lucas Johnson in on the tackle for the Panthers.
Gain of 1 down to the 21-yard line.
2nd and 4.
Krenz was out for a moment. Now he's back in. He was replaced there by, was that? Yeah, Kukan, Theo Kukan. Krenz back in. 2nd and 4 from the 21. Aker from a shotgun, joined in the backfield by Niles. Receivers to both sides. Wing here on the right side. Back to pass, now being chased out of the pocket, rolling to the left, throws back across the middle. It's going to be intercepted by Canas. Caleb Canas was all over the receiver, and he stepped in and makes the interception, and the teams trade turnovers here to start the third quarter. Now, Aker was chased there to the left. He rolled to the left, and then he stopped and started to come back towards the middle of the field, and that's when he threw it. And Canas was all over the intended receiver, and he makes the interception. And the Panthers will take the ball over at the 17-yard line, their own 17, with 7:35 to play in the third quarter. Familiar set, receivers to both sides. Genstead a slot to the far side. He'll go in motion. Bauer gives to Johnson, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Breaks some tackles and runs hard to the 20-yard line. Short gain, hard run by Johnson.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
2 or 3 on the play.
Epson and Campbell in on the tackle for the Mustangs.
And he'll take a breather.
3-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 7.
And he's going to come to the sidelines and be looked at for a moment. Took a hard shot, broke some tackles. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. New play run in by Carley. Justin Tucker in the backfield with Genstead. Bauer from a shotgun. Good snap. Gives to Genstead. Dropped it, and Bauer picks it up and is tackled immediately for a loss. Not sure Ryan ever had that one. Bauer did a good job of jumping on it. Big loss on the play. And 3rd and long here coming up for the Panthers inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. So it's 3rd and 14 for the Panthers as Bergen brings in the new play. Johnson still on the sideline being looked at by the trainer. Helmet off, laying on his back. Now he's up, has his helmet back. Good sign. So here's a 3rd down play. Receivers split to both sides. Genstead the lone setback. No, he's in motion now. Bauer back to pass, throws downfield for Bergen. It is caught on the run. He's got one man to beat. He's trying to run away from him. He does, and that's going to be a long touchdown for the Panthers.
Bauer's pass complete to Logan Bergen.
3rd and long, and Bauer aired it out, and Bergen caught it in stride behind the defense for another Panther touchdown. 87-yard pass play from Bauer to Bergen. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, and Bergen outran the only man that was there. That came on 3rd and long. Panthers will try for 2. Genstead and Tucker in the backfield. Bauer shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass, fakes the pass, has it, tries to run, is going to be stopped a yard short.
Bauer tries to scramble for it.
Genstead was open in the end zone. Jarrett couldn't see him.
No good.
He stopped short. But the Panthers get another touchdown, and with 6:08 to play in the 3rd quarter, they increase the lead. It's Panthers 22, Mustangs 0. We'll take a break and come back to Dakota Bank Stadium in just a moment. Panthers sideline still celebrating a long touchdown pass from Jarrett Bauer to Logan Bergen, 87 yards on 3rd and long. I can't remember what they needed for the first down. I'm thinking 3rd and 15, 16, something like that. Here's the kick taken at the 20-yard line, finally scooped up, finally picked up there by Waubay. Not much running room at all. Martins is down there. And there's going to be maybe a 1-yard return. Also there was Sam Tomzak for the Panthers as the ball carrier could never quite corral the kick. It was Zane Strang. Couldn't quite get a clean handle on it. By the time he did, the defense was there and basically no return. So Waubay Summit's going to start at their own 23-yard line now, trailing 22-0. A lot of action here in the second half. Each team's forced to turnover, and then the Panthers with that long pass play for a touchdown. So here comes Waubay Summit. They need something on this drive. 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Aker back to pass, on the move, throws, caught at the 25, and maybe falling ahead of the 30-yard line with the reception was Strang. Genstead on the coverage and the tackle. Also Carley was there, or Canas. Out to the 30-yard line, gain of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Mustangs from the 30-yard line. No huddle. Bauer with that pass play now with 120 yards passing and a touchdown pass. Wide receiver screen, caught at the line of scrimmage. That could be an illegal block. They're not going to call that. It's going to be a long gain for Waubay, a first down and near midfield. Pass by Akers was Caught by Newton Campbell. Big gain for Waubay out to midfield, or not quite midfield. It's good for a first down. Aiden Cameron there for the tackle. No huddle. Ball's at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for Waubay. No huddle. Akers under center. And he will give to the wingback, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a short gain. Will Krenz there. Wrapped him up. Maybe a gain of 1 to the 49-yard line. After every play, Aker, the quarterback, junior quarterback for Waubay, runs to the sideline, gets the new play, and then comes all the way back to the huddle. And they'll huddle up this time. 2nd and 9 from the 49-yard line. Shotgun. Niles in the backfield along with the quarterback, Aker. Penalty before the ball is snapped. Movement at the line of scrimmage. This one's going to be on Waubay Summit. False start, pushing back 5 yards. Waubay Summit, first penalty of the night. Panthers have been flagged 3 times, 16 yards. So 4 penalties tonight.
False start on the Mustangs, pushes them back 5 yards.
Plus there was the one on the 2-point conversion. It was assessed on the kickoff. So would that be in there? So it's actually 4 penalties on the Panthers for 31 yards. 2nd and 15, balls at the 43. Here's a wide receiver screen caught by Campbell again. Not much. A lot of Panthers there.
Swing pass to Campbell.
Carley was there. Johnson was there. Canas was there.
Tackle there, including Canas, Johnson, Martin, etc.
Very short gain. It will bring up 3rd and 12 for Waubay Summit. They're back at their own 44-yard line. And so again, we have a big play here for both teams. Clock is rolling with 3:45 to play 3rd quarter. Aker will go from the shotgun. He's got receivers to both sides. He will drop back to pass. Now being chased out of the pocket by Johnson. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Johnson with the pass rush. Coverage there by Carley. Pass intended for Strang. It's 4th and 12. And it looks like Aker will depart. And Waubay Summit will bring the punter in again. And Canas will be back deep for the Panthers, awaiting the punt at the 25-yard line. Punter dropped the snap, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Genstead got him, but he wasn't the first one there. Lucas was the first one there. Then Genstead jumped on top, made the tackle. But there is a penalty on the play. So he never got the punt away. And then there's a flag. Let's see what the penalty is.
15-yard penalty, head ball, personal foul. On defense.
Dead ball foul, so it came after the 4th down play. So the Panthers are going to get the ball back. Oh, the personal foul's on Waubay Summit, it looks like. They're marching off 15 yards from where the punter was tackled. So the penalty was not on the defense, it was on the, I guess, the offense, because Waubay Summit was on offense and they punted. So at any rate, the Panthers are going to get the ball deep in Waubay Summit territory. They'll start this drive at the 23-yard line, already leading 22-0. Bauer under center. Johnson and Genstead in the backfield. Bauer pitches to Genstead, gets outside on the right side, cuts it back to the middle, and he is going to take this one all the way down to the 1 yard line. He's tackled at the 1 yard line, just inside the 1 yard line. 22-yard run by Genstead, and the Panthers are knocking on the door again late in the third quarter. First and goal inside the 1. Quick pitch play there from Bauer to Genstead around the side, and then he cut it back to the middle and couldn't quite get in the end zone. Bauer brings him up. Tucker, the fullback, Genstead behind him. Bauer under center. Gives to Genstead up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped for a 1 yard loss.
Hand off to Genstead.
Maybe a loss of 2 back to the 3 yard line. And the Panthers will start it from the 3 yard line, second down from there.
Second and goal from the 3.
Now Johnson will come back in and replace Tucker. Play run in by Carly. Clock is running with 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Panthers can't really put this game away with the touchdown, but they'll make it really difficult for Waubay Summit if they can score here. Probably didn't hurt there to not get in on that play as long as they score on this drive. It's going to take another minute off the clock. Shotgun snap, Genstead running to the left, cuts back, and this time he's in standing for the touchdown.
Handoff goes to Genstead up the middle.
And the Panthers increase the lead late in the third quarter. And as always, they will try for 2 as Bergen brings in the new play. Short drive there for the Panthers, their 4th touchdown of the night. And Johnson and Genstead will be in the backfield. Bergen split wide to the left side. Shotgun for Bauer. He's going to give it to Genstead again, and he's not going to make it. Hit and dropped immediately. Nothing there. So the 2-point conversion fails for the second time. The Panthers are 2 of 4 on 2-point tries. But more importantly, they've increased the lead again. 1:58 to play third quarter. It's Great Plains Lutheran 28, Waubay Summit 0. We'll take a break and come back to Dakota Bank Stadium after this. Some more statistics for you for Great Plains. Bauer 2 of 5 passing, 120 yards in the long touchdown pass. Johnson 9 carries, 86 yards. Genstead 10 carries, 48 yards. Canas 6 carries, 31 yards. And Bergen with the long touchdown reception, 87 yards. Tomzak will kick off from the 40, straying back deep for Waubay Summit, and he's going to watch the ball bounce, and he is going to pick it up inside the 20, bobbles it a bit, and picks it up and dives ahead to the 25-yard line where he's tackled by Benjamin Prawl. So Waubay Summit will start at the 25 for this drive. Their second half drives have resulted in an interception and a punt. Panthers fumbled their first possession and then have scored 2 touchdowns on their next possessions. Here comes Benjamin Prawl in on defense for the Panthers. Looks like replacing Genstead from the 25-yard line. Aker has him at the line. He's under center. Fumbled snap, picks it up, and gets nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, then push back. No gain on the play. Kukon was there for the Panthers. He's a sophomore. Panthers have some young talent. Kukon a sophomore, Canas a sophomore, and this latest defensive sub, Ben Prawl, is a freshman. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun snap, Aker being chased, being pursued, and he's sacked. Diving sack by Lucas Johnson. He almost got away, but then Johnson dove at the feet and got him down, and now there's going to be a timeout because Aker is a little bit slow to get up. It looks like he's cramping. Big loss on the play back inside the 20-yard line. Aker is up, and he is going to – Waubay Summit's going to take a timeout, I think. Or maybe this might be an injury timeout. He's going towards the sideline. He's going to take a break. I think it's a cramp. So Waubay Summit's going to change quarterbacks here. It's going to be 3rd and long. They had a drop snap, no gain on the first play of this drive, and then a big loss there by a sack by Johnson. Evans going to go and stretch his calf on the sideline. New quarterback is in. Can't quite get the number. High snap. And incomplete pass. So it was a high snap to Blake Dolan. Then it bounced right back to him. And then he turned around and threw it downfield, and it was incomplete for Lavacek. It'll bring up 4th and long. 4th and 17, and they'll have to punt this one away. And that'll put Canas back at midfield. Butler into punt again for Waubay. He'll await it inside the 10-yard line. The snap is a good one. Punt is heading towards the sideline. Gets a Mustang bounce, and then it stops and bounces back for the Panthers right near midfield. Panthers will have one play here to run out the clock to end the 3rd quarter, leading 28-0. And taking over again here at midfield. Right above the head of the wolf here at Dakota Bank Stadium. That is a big wolf. The Northern State Wolves. They have not had a game yet. I think I saw their first game is next weekend at Sioux Falls. University of Sioux Falls. Panthers will come to the line. Shotgun for Bauer, Johnson, and Jenstead in the backfield. Back to pass as Bauer steps up. Throws for Johnson, incomplete, out of the backfield. So that will not be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Clock will stop with 20 seconds to play in the quarter.
It'll set up 2nd and 10.
And now Jenstead comes out. He's cramping. We'll see if we can tell if Aker comes back in. He also plays, does he play defense? I don't remember if I've called his number or not, number 7. Nope, he's on the sideline. Canas on the carry for the Panthers. Gain of 1 just across midfield. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Panthers. Butler on the tackle for Waubay Summit along with Hogan Lavacek. And that will end the 3rd quarter. So we played 3 quarters here in Aberdeen, and it's all Great Plains Lutheran. They lead at 28-0. We'll come back for the 4th quarter after we take this short break. So as we start the fourth quarter, the Panthers now will be moving from left to right towards the south end zone at Dakota Bank Stadium. And they face a 3rd and 9. Bauer will be at a shotgun, joined by Johnson in the backfield. Receivers to both sides, wing to the left. That's Canas. He's in motion. He'll get the handoff, breaks a tackle at midfield, and that's about all he's going to get. He falls ahead after that tackle and gains 3 yards. Stopped by Campbell and Gaikowski. And fourth down coming up here for the Panthers, 4th and 7, and it looks like they're going to punt. Bergen comes in. Through 3 quarters, Waubay Summit 110 yards of offense. That's 27 rushing, 83 on the pass. And the Panthers with 288 offense, 168 rushing, 120 passing. Bergen will await the snap. Butler back deep for Waubay Summit at the 20-yard line. The punt is a wobbler towards the far sideline. Takes a Waubay bounce and down by Johnson right at the 30-yard line. So first possession of the fourth quarter, Waubay Summit will start at their own 30. So here's how the third quarter went. Great Plains had the ball to start. They fumbled. Waubay Summit then threw an interception, so the teams traded turnovers. And then Great Plains gets a long touchdown pass. Waubay Summit had to punt. Great Plains gets another touchdown drive. Waubay Summit had to punt, and Great Plains just punted to start here the fourth quarter. 11 minutes to go. Waubay Summit starts at the 30-yard line. Their own 30. And the quarterback is back in the game, Evan Aker. And he'll go from the shotgun, empty backfield. And he will drop back to pass, being chased, throws downfield, has a man, caught for a first down, and then he breaks a tackle and gets inside, or gets across the 40-yard line, near the 45-yard line. Caught by Gaikowski, Crew Gaikowski, and then a late flag on the play. Pass play was good for about 14 yards. Let's see what the penalty is. Well, he just announced it to the crowd, but I don't think his mic was on. He's going to try again. They're marking it against Waubay Summit. Looks like they're going to give him the 14 yards on the pass play, but then the penalty comes after that. I'm not sure.
Looks like a personal foul.
Yep. So they gain 14 yards on a pass play, and then after the play, there's a dead ball personal foul, and so they push it back 15 yards the other way, so the net result is a loss of 1. First and 11. Ball's back at the 29. And Aker will be in a shotgun with 2 receivers split to the far side. Back to pass. Has some time. Now being pursued. Now being chased and sacked for a loss. Initially he had time but didn't pull the trigger. Pulled the ball back, and then the rush got there, and Akers dropped for a loss. Justin Tucker was there along with Aiden Cameron. A loss on the play back to the 23-yard line. Loss of about 5 on the play. Second and long for Waubay Summit. Aker has him to the line. Handoff. Short gain. Cameron and Genstead there for the tackle.
Handoff to Gaikowski.
Gaikowski on the tackle. Gain of 2 or 3 out to the 25 or 26-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Waubay, as we are now under 10 to play. 3rd and 14 for Waubay Summit.
Third down and
They need the 39 for a first down. The 39. Aker shotgun, and now we're going to have a penalty on Waubay Summit. It looks like they jumped early, and that'll push them back 5 more yards. False start on Waubay Summit. They'll mark the ball back now near the 20-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 19. Each team now with 4 penalties tonight. 2 on this drive for Waubay's pushed them back 20 yards, plus the sack, and they're going backwards. 3rd and 19. Aker will go shotgun. Empty backfield. Throws to a man out of the backfield. And it's going to be a short gain across the 25, 26-yard line. For the Panthers, Canas was there. Aiden Cameron, Ryan Genstead. It's 4th and long here for Waubay Summit, and they'll bring the punting unit back in. 4th and about 13. So Canas back deep for Great Plains. He's near the 40-yard line. The clock rolling with 8:45 to play. Great Plains leading 28-0. Punt is away. Canas is going to have a return chance at this one. Catches it on the run. Gets outside, across midfield, across the 40, inside the 30-yard line, and pushed out of bounds near the 25. Campbell pushed him out. Long return by Caleb Canas, 25 yards at least. He caught it on the run on the other side of the 50-yard line. Got it all the way inside the 30, down to near the 25-yard line. Hasn't had has had a lot of chances on punts, but hasn't had many opportunities to return. That time he did. He caught that low punt on the run and just headed to the sideline and went down the sideline, and they marked him out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So excellent field position here for the Panthers. With 8:27 to play, they take over. And a new quarterback is Benjamin Prawl. Grady Hermo takes the handoff up the middle. Strong run, cutback, makes a man miss and falls ahead for a gain of 4. Grady Hermo, sophomore, gain of 4 right up the middle. Panthers with some backups in now on offense. New quarterback, new running back.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 coming up here for the Panthers. Lucas Johnson still in there in the backfield. Looks like a new center as well. Kukan has moved over to center. It's Isaiah Duvall in there on the line. Prawl will keep it himself on the left side, breaks a tackle and dives ahead for a first down. Strong run by the freshman quarterback down to the 15-yard line. First down for the Panthers. Aker on the tackle. Clock running, 7:30 to play in the game. Here comes Braden Wentzlaff in for the Panthers, running in a new play, switching up with Carley as Bergen takes a break as well. 1st and 10 for the Panthers as they break the huddle. Elijah Radke also in the game on the line on the left side. Here's a pitch back to the freshman running back who gets near the 10-yard line, is hit and stopped there, but a strong run. That was Grady Hermo again. He got stood up at the 10-yard line, but held in there nicely. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Panthers at the 10-yard line. Here's Prawl to the line of scrimmage. Hermo and Johnson in the backfield on 2nd and 5. Hermo again with a nice run following Johnson and is stopped at the 7-yard line. Strong run, good tackle there by Waubay Summit. Physical tackle by Gaikowski. And it will be 3rd and 2 for the Panthers from the 7 with 6 minutes to play in the game. Cameron is back in. He'll replace Radke on the left side of the line. Wentzloff brings in the new play. Panthers home next week, Parents' Night against Florence Henry. Last I heard they were losing at Waverly South Shore tonight by a couple of touchdowns. Here's Prawl under center on 3rd and short. Hermo up the middle, has a first down, keeps going and is in for a touchdown. Strong run by Grady Hermo, a 7-yard touchdown. I tell you what, I like what I see from that kid. He's a freshman and looked good. Has some shiftiness as he runs and some power. Strong touchdown run. Panthers will line up and try for 2. Sorry, he's a sophomore, not a freshman. I still like how he runs. Here's Prawl rolling, throwing in the end zone. Caught, 2-point conversion is Tyler Broomer. Prawl caught the shotgun snap, faked a pitch, and then rolled back to the near side and found Broomer in the end zone for a 2-point conversion to make the score Great Plains Lutheran 36, Waubay Summit 0, with 5:29 to play in the game. We'll be back after a short break. So the Panthers will kick off from the 40-yard line. Sam Tomzak, sophomore kicker. Strang back deep for Waubay Summit, and he will come up and pick the ball up at the 25-yard line on a couple of hops. Across the 30, across the 40, breaks the tackle, down the sideline. He could take it all the way, and he will take it all the way. That is a 75-yard touchdown on a kickoff return by Zhang Strang. "75 yards on a kickoff return by Zhang Strang. Puts Waubay Summit on the board late here in the 4th quarter, and they'll try for, I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're going to huddle. They will try for 2. Backup quarterback is in there, Blake Dolan. He's a freshman. He will hand off, and it's not going to work. Gang tackle there. They tried the conversion on a run to the left side. On the carry was Cam Gruba, and he did not make it. Panthers had a lot of guys there, a lot of blue shirts. And so 36-6, the Panthers lead. Debuting new uniforms, the Panthers tonight. Navy blue jerseys and gray pants. Curious to see next week when they're back at home how white their uniforms are, because last week at Waverly South Shore they played in a lot of mud. The field was in good shape, but of course all the rain made the field muddy in places, and there were some dirty white jerseys for the Panthers. We'll see how white they look next week. But tonight it's the navy blue and the gray pants. So I suppose they have some options, because last week they had the white jerseys and the white pants. So maybe next week they'll go white jerseys, gray pants. We'll see. So 3.5 quarters in the books. Great Plains with 208 yards of offense, 7 first downs. Waubay Summit 88 yards with 3 first downs. That's for the whole game or second half? That's the whole game. So more than doubled for the Panthers. 208 yards on the ground for the Panthers. Total yards, my fault. Panthers with 2 players back deep. Normally it's Genstead and Canas. This time it's Canas and someone else, but it's not going to get that far. It's going to be caught by one of the up men, and he's down as he dropped to a knee immediately. That was Bergen. So the Panthers will start at the 36-yard line. With the backup quarterback, freshman Ben Prawl, leading the offense. With Duvall and Radke joining the offensive line again. And Hermo is back in at running back. Hudson Kraus is in there as well. Now he's in the backfield. From a shotgun. Prawl will give to Hermo. Makes a cut outside, has room to run. Gets across midfield. Stiff arms a man, still running down to the 42-yard line. Another good run by Grady Hermo. A long gain for the Panthers all the way down to the 41-yard line and a first down. +20 yard run there on first down. 3.5 minutes to play. Panthers running it out, up by 30. Pro under center this time, with Kraus and Hermo in the backfield. He'll give to Kraus up the middle, and he'll dive ahead inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. On the fullback dive. Every team in America's got that play. Fullback right up the gut. 2nd and 8 for Great Plains. Clock is running with 3 minutes to play. And Mr. Nash is here, and he says we will have video next week, right? Absolutely, he says with a big smile. So here's Prawl under center, pitches to Hermo, running to the right side, cuts back, now goes outside and has a first down. Down the sideline he goes, down to the 25, 24-yard line, tackled by Gruba. Another strong run by Hermo. And his yards are piling up. Dominic Vanelli in for the Panthers. Hermo gets a nice break and a nice hand on the sidelines. Players and the coaches are all over him. Getting a lot of pats on the head and the back and the shoulder pads. Some strong runs here in the fourth quarter. Prahl has him under center. Vanelli up the middle, and he's going to get inside the 20 and stopped short of the 15-yard line.
And off to Vanelli.
1:45 to play, and the clock runs. Gain of 4 on the play. Colton Wetzlaff checking in with a new play. Good to see the Panthers getting a lot of kids in the game here at Dakota Bank Stadium. Panthers were here 3 years ago when the seniors were freshmen. Fun to get out there and play on this field, that's for sure. A couple of more snaps is all we have left. 1:20 to play. Clock is running. Panthers 2nd and 6 from the 17. Prahl will give to Vanelli up the middle to the 15 and tackled there.
Covers his own fumble.
Lost the ball, picked it back up.
Gain of a couple.
2-yard gain. And I think we'll have one more snap, and that'll do it.
3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
3rd and 3 here for the Panthers from the 15-yard line. Hermo back in, replacing Vanelli. Hudson Kraus back in. He's in the backfield at fullback. Tailback is Hermo. Should be the last play of the game. Pitch to Hermo, running to the left side, stops, cuts back, tries to make a man miss. He's wrapped up and dropped, and that's going to do it.
Pitch to Hermo.
Panthers will not run 4th down, I wouldn't imagine, as the clock will tick down to 10 seconds. And our final score tonight from Dakota Bank Stadium is Great Plains Lutheran 36 and Waubay Summit 6. Strong game by the Panthers tonight on both sides of the ball.
Final this evening.
Waubay Summit gets a late touchdown on a nice kickoff return, and that's it. The Panthers defense turns them away. Next week, Waubay Summit plays Hamlin, and the Panthers will host Florence Henry. So Al is getting some final statistics here, and we'll wrap this game up from Dakota Bank Stadium. Give you all the final numbers if you want to stick around for that. They're coming here in just a second.
In Watertown.
Panthers with their first touchdown early in the second quarter. It was scoreless after the first quarter. Then the Panthers scored 2 second quarter touchdowns. The Panthers scored 2 third quarter touchdowns, and then another one in the fourth quarter. 5 touchdowns tonight for the Panthers, along with 3 2-point conversions, is their 36 points. Al likes his numbers, so we're going to get these final numbers here for you. And it was spread out nicely. Bauer with the long touchdown pass, caught by Bergen. Big game on the ground by Johnson and Jenstead. And then Hermo late in the fourth quarter had a number of strong runs. And then the defense played very well for the Panthers. Fun to watch here, way up high. You can see all the action from, we had to take the elevator up to the 5th floor here at Dakota Bank Stadium. And we're very thankful for Northern State University for being wonderful hosts. So here's some final numbers. First downs tonight, the Panthers 9, Waubay Summit 3. Passing yards 120 for the Panthers, 103 for Waubay Summit. On the ground, the Panthers 248 yards, 23 for Waubay Summit. So total yards was 368 to 126. Each team with 1 turnover and 4 penalties. So that's it from Dakota Bank Stadium. Again, the final score, Great Plains Lutheran 36, Waubay Summit 6. Next week, home against Florence Henry with the live stream back. Have a great night. Thanks for listening. Good night.